Have a great day and safe day to you all, and my warm wishes for you all for this channel. Okay. In last video of reproduction of organism, we have discussed up to the asexual reproduction. In this video, we will discuss up to the sexual termination of this chapter, that is up to the sexual reproduction. Okay. In previous class, we have already discussed about the asexual reproduction, various types of asexual reproduction, and advantages of asexual reproduction. So, in this video, we will go for vegetative propagation. Okay, vegetative propagation. First, what do you mean by vegetative propagation? What is its definition? Vegetative propagation. Okay. Suppose this is a plant. Suppose it is one of the plant. Okay. Any part of the plant body. Okay. Any part of the plant body after detach can able to produce a new plant is called as propagule. When a part of the plant is isolated, suppose this is one of the isolated part of the plant. When this isolated part is able to produce another plant, it can produce another plant, then it is called as propagule, and the process of producing plant from the propagule is called as propagation. Okay. In recent time, as this isolated part is vegetative part, the process is called as vegetative propagation. Okay. In recent time, vegetative propagation can take place by using stem, using root, using leaf. But most probably stem and leaf are used. Roots are not generally used. Why it is not used, I will tell. So, come to the different process of vegetative propagation. First, we have to go through the vegetative propagation by stem. Okay. So, let us discuss first about the vegetative propagation takes place by stem. Okay. Stem. The stem has been differently modified. It may be underground stem, differently modified. Let us write it. Underground modification of stem. Underground modification. The second one is subaerial modification, aerial modification, subaerial modification, aerial modification, and bulbils. Okay. These are the various modifications of stem. Let us discuss about underground modification. What are various underground modifications and how they help in vegetative propagation? If we talk about underground modification, it is seen that the underground modification consists of tuber, rhizome, and bulb. Let us discuss in detail what are these. What do you mean by tuber? The tuber is a underground stem. Suppose this is the stem, this is the ground. Below the ground, the stem produces branches. These are the branches of stem, not root. When deposition of food takes place in this branch, it swells up, it swells up, it swells up, it swells up. These swellings are tuber. Okay. if we view the tuber as a part of stem, it produces buds called as eyes. Okay, the isolated, when it is isolated, it consists of eyes. Stem has buds, root do not have any bud. Due to presence of buds, it help in propagation. So the tuber is one of the underground modification of stem. Then come to the second part, that is rhizome. So what do mean by rhizome? The rhizome is a perennial underground stem. Perennial means which remain always throughout its life. Okay. So these are in the perennial part. Suppose this is the underground perennial part. Okay. This perennial part consists of various lines. This perennial plant consists of different lines like these. These are the lines. These lines are nothing but these are the nodes. Okay, these are the nodes of the stem. Each node has the ability to produce adventitious root. These are the node. The node can produce adventitious root. Okay, when adventitious roots can be originated, it produces new plant. So it became, the example of it is ginger, potato, ginger. Then come to bulb. What happens in bulb? It is a flat disc-like part of the stem. Okay, below the ground there is a flat disc-like part called as bulb. Around the bulb, around the stem part, a number of fleshy leaves are added. Fleshy leaves are added. This is one leaf, another leaf, another leaf. Fleshy leaves are added, having adventitious root. This is the adventitious root. So it became the underground modification of stem for propagation. It is found in case of onion and garlic. Okay, so these are the underground modification. Let's come to the subaerial modifications. The subaerial part of the stem are not erect. They take the help of surface or any support for growth. Okay. The subaerial part, it consists of different modifications like offset, sucker and runner. Offset, sucker and runner. What are these? The condition of offset found in water hyacinth. Okay. These are the leaves, root system. Above the root, a thick part extended. At some region of this thick part, it gives rise to root and leaves. So it became another water hyacinth. It again extended. So gradually new plants are formed. These are called as offset. What do you mean by sucker? The sucker is found in chrysanthemum. Okay, in that condition, the underground part, suppose this is the plant body, the underground part of the plant, this is the stem part, not root, underground part of the stem, it gives rise to branches, oblique branches. These are the branches, and above the soil it produces new plantlet. Okay, these are called as suckers. It is found in chrysanthemum. Okay, then next to runner. What are runner? Like offset, from the stem base a thin running part arises. It is not thick like it, found in cynodon. Okay, suppose this is the plant. What to do? This is the plant. Just at the base of the stem, there is a part arises. This part, not very thick like offset. This part produces root and new plant. At some region it produces root, and here another plant arises. Again extended, it produces root and another new plant arises. Dubgrass cynodon is the modification of runner. Okay, so it is about subaerial modification. Then come to aerial modifications. What are different aerial modifications? Aerial modifications means above the ground, in the air. It is found in which plants? In sugarcane and some other plants, bamboos, sugarcane. The stem carries buds. Okay, when we isolated or cut these buds, it can produces new plants. These are called as aerial stem, aerial part of the stem. Okay, so aerial stem, aerial roots are also found here. Next, bulbils. What are bulbils? The bulbils are aerial buds. Bulbil. Bulbils are aerial buds. The bulbil is a fleshy bud which detach from the plant, it fall down to produce a new plant. Suppose this is the plant body. From the plant body, a fleshy bud arises. Fleshy bud. This fleshy bud detach and fall on the ground. When it fall on the ground, it produces immediately a new plant. So this mode of reproduction is vegetative and it is by bulbil. So it is all about the vegetative propagation of stem. Next come to leaf, vegetative propagation by leaf. If we take the example of the leaf of Bryophyllum, okay, it shows that the leaf of Bryophyllum shows such type of structure. Bryophyllum leaf. The notch of the leaf produces roots. Roots can be produced from the nodes and new plants can be generated here when it is fixed with soil. Okay, so such type of reproduction is called as vegetative propagation by leaf. Then come to root. Actually, roots are not involved in the process of vegetative reproduction, not used, because these rarely develop buds. They do not have buds, so that these are not used for सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन, इसलिए एनसीईआरटी में ये दिया नहीं है. फिर से हम देखेंगे कितना केस में होगा. इन केस ऑफ स्वीट पोटैटोज, adventitious roots grow from the node of running stem and swollen due to storage of food. Adventitious sweet potato, it is found that adventitious roots arises. The roots get swollen due to deposition of fruit. At unfavorable condition, the plant died off, but it remain alive. When favorable condition comes, these swollen parts of the root produces new plant body. So it is a type of vegetative propagation. Okay, it is found in dahlia, asparagus and many other plants. So it is all about the vegetative propagation. Let's come to the sexual reproduction part. The part of sexual reproduction. Okay, the sexual reproduction is one of the interesting type of reproduction. Let's see it in detail. Sexual reproduction. We have already told that sexual reproduction कैसे होगा? फ्यूजन से होगा, गैमेट. there are three different phases of sexually reproducing organism. What are these? Juvenile phase, reproductive phase, senile stage or mature stage or post reproductive stage. Okay, what are three stages? Juvenile, reproductive stage, then the last one is senile stage or mature stage. Okay, so the activity of reproduction confined during reproductive phase. Okay, in reproductive phase, this reproductive phase is different in plants as well as in animals. So प्लांट में कैसे होता है, एनिमल में कैसे होता है, उसको डिस्कस करेंगे हम लोग. प्लांट्स different in animals. What are the differences? The plants are two types. During its reproductive state, we can divide the plant into two parts: monocarpic plants, then polycarpic plants. Let's discuss in detail. What are monocarpic plants? The monocarpic plant produces flower and fruits for a single time in their life period. We can take the example of bamboo here. Wheat, rice, maize, once one reproductive phase in their life, they cannot reproduce further. So they are monocarpic. We can take the example of rice, maize, wheat, bamboo, so on. bamboo में तो 50-60 साल के बाद एक बार फ्लावर होता है, उसके बाद वो मर जाता है. ओके, then polycarpic. The polycarpic are again divided into two groups. What are they? Perennial and seasonal. Polycarpic are perennial and seasonal. What are perennial and seasonal? The perennial produces, they reproduce throughout the year. हम लोग एग्जाम्पल लेंगे हिबिस्कस रोजा. ओके, सो दिस इज. सो सीजनल में क्या होगा? इन केस ऑफ सीजनल, देयर इज ए स्पेसिफिक प्रोडक्टिव सीजन. Suppose in this period we can take the example of mangoes in summer. Okay, jackfruits, there is a specific season for them to produce for reproduction. Okay, so perennial and seasonal it is all about. Then come to the animals. The animals are again divided into all these animals. If we divide the animals, they are divided into continuous reproducing individual and seasonal reproducing individuals. Animals, they are continuous reproducing and seasonal. Continuous, seasonal. What the difference? The continuous reproducing individual can reproduce throughout the year. There is menstrual cycle in them. Suppose we can take the example of man, chimpanzee. They are continuously reproducing individual having a menstrual cycle. Okay, the seasonal individuals cannot reproduce through their will. A specific favorable season can favor their breeding. We can take the example of pig, cows. Okay, these have estrous cycle, monoestrous cycle or seasonal polyestrous cycle. Okay, So they have estrous cycle, which may be mono or polyestrous cycle. These are the reproduction in case of animals. So let's come about different events of sexual reproduction. So it is all about animal, different events in sexual reproduction. Carefully note it. Events of sexual reproduction. It is divided into pre-fertilization, fertilization and post-fertilization. Let's come pre-fertilization events. The pre-fertilization event consists of two different phases. What are they? Gametogenesis, then gamete transfer. Gametogenesis and gamete transfer. Okay. Gametogenesis means formation and maturation of gametes. During gametogenesis, there are two types of gametes, isogametes and heterogametes or anisogametes. Isogametes means the male and female gametes are same in appearance, same in size. We can example the M of cladophora. एनसीईआरटी में दिया हुआ इसका डायग्राम भी है, cladophora, isogametes. Heterogametic, we can take the example of man, we can take the example of fucus, different type. What is gamete transfer? Pollination, transfer of male gamete from anther to stigma. Clear? Then next, fertilization. There are two different type of fertilization. External होगा or it may be internal. Fusion of gametes. It is otherwise called as syngamy fertilization or fusion. Syngamy होगा. Post fertilization. What happen after fertilization? It produces zygote first and embryogenesis. Zygote and embryogenesis. Mind it, the zygote is the link between two different generations. Okay, two different generation में link कौन होगा? ये zygote ही link है. So the embryogenesis takes place by cell division, producing large number of cell and cell differentiation. So during embryogenesis, cell division and cell differentiation takes place. During differentiation, a cell can be differentiated into other type of cell, and division produces mass of cells. So it is all about the reproduction of organisms and sexual reproduction. Okay, thank you all.